Hello traders, this is George with the Harmony Trading System from our offices in Frisco, Texas. And yes, we are in lockdown here in Frisco, but you know what? That never stops us from doing what we do on a daily basis, which is to trade, read the market, understand market psychology, and put on quality trades. This is how my day ended up today. For the most part, we ended up clearing about 35, almost 3,600 after commission. Most of my trades had very low drawdown, except that one. Well, that one is decent. I took a full stop on that one. Market was very volatile, and we came back and actually very close to the equity high for the day. And we did very good on that day. And moving on to the daily analysis. If you watched and listened to our analysis from yesterday and the day before that, we talked about how the 7,200 in NASDAQ 100, the 7,200 is a very critical level that we need to break above. And if we do, then we have a potential of getting to 7,600. And sure enough, they really cleared the 7,200 during Globex session and quickly moved to the 7,600. We hit it and we pulled back a little bit right now as of 8:29 p.m. tonight. So what to look for tomorrow? So there's two levels, 7,400 and 7,359. Those two levels need to hold in order for us to push above 7,600 and try to attack the 7,770 and 7,800. Now, there is a couple of pieces of news that we are pending. One of them is in Thursday. We have employment numbers, and it's going to be a dismal number. We already know that. They're expecting about 1.5 million unemployment claims. And the key to that piece of news is not that actually it's going to be a bad number. We already know it's going to be a bad number. Is how people are going to react to it. And is it going to be a little bit better than what we expect or worse than we expect? So if we come in at 1.4, 1.3 million, the market will naturally take this as a very positive thing. Even if it potentially, if it comes to 1.5, what we expected, they could still consider that as a, hey, listen, at least it was not as bad as we thought it's going to be. Or worse than what we declared, and that they look at it positively. So there is a lot of factors here that we need to kind of consider as Thursday approach into the trading day tomorrow, Wednesday. So I'm not going to be too aggressive into trying to go long on a position basis, but on a day trading, intraday trading, looking above 7,600 is going to give me the capacity to go long. If we fail to hold, to go above 7,600 and hold above it, then pretty much what you're going to see a back and fill pattern in which the market is bouncing between, on a daily basis, between 7,200 and 7,600. And that's going to be a wild range with a lot of two-sided markets where you'll see big run-ups in the longs and big rundowns in the shorts. It'll be a fight, basically. So that is how what we're going to be looking for. 7,600, above it, we are aggressively long. Anything below that is going to be two-sided market. And we will pick our entries based on our entry system, which is the Harmony Trading System that looks at imbalance between volume and trends. And as long as the market on the 20 NT wrinkle and the 12 NT wrinkle gets in sync, then we take the signal in that direction with the targets that we have right here. So let's take a look for YM. YM. We had those levels down there that we talked about in the prior video, and it will be good for you to go back on our YouTube channel under Harmony Trader and just take a look at that video a couple of days ago. Here yeah, a couple of days. So we broke that level. We tore right through it, and we have projection on higher prices to 21,256, and potentially we could get to 21,603, and will be interesting to see us if we start breaking anywhere below 20,000. That would be a negative for this market. With this manic selling that we experienced in the past week, a couple of weeks, it's natural to see this wave of buying, almost like a relief buying, a dead cat bounce, if you want to call it that. The fundamentals of the reasons that kept us this low and pushed us this low is still remain the same. Now we have positive news and we have really bad news. The positive news, I mean, they're throwing at this market everything but the kitchen sink, about $6 trillion worth of stimulus in different forms. So that's a huge amount of money. The GDP of the United States is $19 trillion. So they're putting quite a amount of money there. So they're trying to stabilize it because they know if this continues, it's going to actually turn a recession to a depression, and it's going to have a socioeconomic problems that it will go out of hand. So that is positive. The negative part is this infection is really going out of hand. They don't have a good control of it, even they tell you otherwise on the news, but they do not have a good handle on this. And the infection rate in New York is going haywire. In Collin County, where I live, they put us on a lockdown or stay-at-home orders, which is good. I mean, that's what we need to. And the idea of us just in a couple of weeks getting back to business as usual is mostly unwise. Let's call it that. Mostly unwise. There's a whole lot of work that needs to be done. A lot more testing of the people here before we go into a situation where we know exactly what we're dealing with. How many people are infected in Collin County? I know of at least 3 people that have all the symptoms and they cannot get a test. Well, let's take care of that kind of problem before we start talking about reopening the country back up. So let's stick to trading and ES. And here comes ES daily, and that market is poised for a 2,500 run up. So that's going to be the key. And if we break below 2,400, then you got yourself selling pressure that's pushing the market. So we are at a pause in the run, and we have news on Thursday that could bring in some sellers. We have levels. If we go above them, we'll start getting aggressive on the buy side, and prices below that price, in which if things are stagnant, we're going to start looking at a two-sided market with a sell pressure. So that is our outlook for the futures market today. So remember, be focused, be disciplined, take it one trade at a time, breathe a lot, and just calm down. This is not the end of the world. We will be okay. We will beat this and get over this. And whatever you do, always trade in harmony. And bless you and bless your family. See you on the next video.